That's the theme music from 007 James Bond. And if you haven't ever heard it before, then what planet are you on? Okay, so I'm going to give you what just happened to me. I was clicking through Facebook and I came across a new posting. It was Mike Pompeo, who is some government official with Donald Trump. And he was talking about how coronavirus was well, it was that. And then I followed along with some other things that were in that same section. And they said, go and search Twitter and Instagram for hashtag empty hospitals. And, well, I looked and there was less than 100 posts. But the first one that was linked to Mike Pompeo said that there was a hospital in Brooklyn, New York, where apparently there's supposed to be a huge pandemic of coronavirus. And you filmed outside the hospital and there was no one there. So am I being targeted to, you be the first one to talk about this? I don't live in New York. And I haven't even gone to my local hospital. But I know my local hospital is like any other time of the year. It's overloaded, overworked. Usually they call it in gridlock. And it has nothing to do with COVID-19 or coronavirus. It's just that they built the hospital too small and it's always jammed. Just with every other thing that happens to human beings in my city, the hospital is not big enough. My hospital looks after not only my city, but a huge surrounding area because I live in Canada and I live in an isolated part of it's very isolated part of the world. So all the little communities that are, I don't know, 200-300 miles away, someone gets sick or even further, way up north in the northern First Nations or what they used to be called Indian reserves. If someone gets sick and they can't handle it at their clinic, they got on a plane and they fly here. So our hospital is always full. And for me to go and I'm not going to find an empty hospital where I live. It's always jammed. But so what are people doing? Are they making a hoax? Are they finding some building that looks like a hospital or used to be a hospital? And they're doing a running gag on this? And what about this Mike Pompeo thing? There's video of him saying, I used to run the CIA. And before that, I was at West Point, which is the military academy of the United States. And he said, well, in the military academy, they say basically truth. You have to, tell the truth. Don't lie. And then he said at CIA, well, we lied all the time. But anyway, what he said about the pandemic was it was a live exercise. In other words, what's an exercise? It's like a practice. It's a drill. So this is typical of everything as far as news goes, in that there's no way to confirm what they're telling you. And I don't know what else to tell you except it seems like a really strange thing to be one of the first people to go and look at empty hospitals and see there's less than 100 posts on it. I mean, why would they target me to be one of the first ones? And then I've got what I loosely call spirit guides, and the one that we call King Clancy says, you got to go and tell everybody about this. And King Clancy is usually the one to give me demonic attacks. So what is the truth of the matter? Have you ever had a demonic attack? Maybe you've had a really bad case of diarrhea. Demonic attack is far different than a massive case of diarrhea. What is the truth? I'm not going to fly to Brooklyn, New York to go and drive around an enormous city that I don't know nothing about to look for hospitals to check out what these people are saying. Do I think something's fishy about this COVID thing? Oh, there's something fishy. Something is really stinky about it. And it's not, you know, infections, it's about enormous lies. Enormous lies. This is a huge false flag attack on the world. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. But as to what the details are, I don't know. I can't go to every city around the world. All I know is something is horribly fishy. Is it like Clancy says, you're in a Truman Show? Well, maybe I am. All the same, I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. And in fact, the people that are pulling this off are beyond criminal. They're war criminals. And how are we going to fix this? Well, people today are saying we used to follow David Wilcock and Corey Good, but now they're sounding kind of stinky. And I got to tell you, I started watching David Wilcock's first piece on this coronavirus pandemic, and I turned it off because he's lost his edge. So what's happened to him? I don't know. Okay, this is another hat just to see if I can give you a black hat versus the orange hat. The black hat says it's not only disinformation and disinformation, but actually getting real information seems nigh on impossible. So, what are you supposed to do? Well, I suppose everyone's going to continue to shelter in place. Is it going to be May before we finally hear there's another version of this virus? In other words, is it going to be one steady stream of one virus after another? Is the internet going to go dark tomorrow? Because some people say that starting tomorrow, the internet is going to go off. Is it true? I don't know. A lot of things people say don't come true. In search of anything other than information about how long I've got to stay with cabin fever inside of my house. I'm running out of things to say. What's it got to do with James Bond? Why don't you be a spy and go look up hashtag empty hospitals? Go on, I'll wait. Thanks for tuning in.